I think we'll go ahead and get started. It's the top of the hour. If you're just coming on, welcome. My name is Tonya. This is a comeback yoga level 2 class. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit organization serving veterans, active duty military, and support team. The level 2 class is if you are an experienced yoga practitioner, this class is going to be for you. If you're not sure about yoga and this is your first time dropping in, do what you can. You might even check out one of our all levels class or gentle yoga class if you've never done yoga. So if you are an experienced practitioner and you're just joining, if you feel like this class is not challenging enough, you could make it harder for yourself. You can add some extra push-ups or whatever it is you need, maybe holding poses a little bit longer. Um, Otherwise, you can just follow along with me and just make sure, though, that you are tracking sensations throughout your body. So, meaning that we use our breath to navigate our postures, not only while we're in the posture, but also while we are transitioning from one posture to another to determine if the movement is safe for us, if the position that we're in, if we need to adjust our position. So we're just always tracking sensation so that we can adjust our bodies as needed to so that the posture can sort of conform to us rather than us conforming to how the posture should look. It's about how the posture feels in your body. All right. And just get familiar with not only your surroundings, making sure that you're in a secure location, but also to kind of get a sense of my surroundings. If you are using a yoga mat, I invite you to place your mat so that the long edge of your mat is facing the screen. That way, when we do our work, we're more or less in the same direction, and there won't be much confusion there, hopefully. All right. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is a 45-minute class, and we will be doing a little bit of warm up, some breath work, and then some standing exercises, and then back to the ground for some deep stretching and our final meditation relaxation. If at any point in any of these, if you need to take a break, take a rest, you can do so in any comfortable position. Um, at the end, I'll invite you to either lie down or be on your side or sitting. So get yourself some, like a pillow or blanket or a chair if you'd like, in order to find that comfort and stillness at the end of the session. All right, now let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come down onto our back. So just whether you are just waking up or whether you have been standing or sitting for a length of time, as you lie down, just kind of notice sort of this lengthening quality that comes. And the lengthening quality is something that we want to try to encourage throughout our practice today. So, lengthening through the legs and through the torso and the arms, all through our limbs. There's this idea of lengthening. We want to think about to reduce the compression, not only in our joints, but also in our spine. Um, Whether or not we're actually lengthening, the idea of lengthening will help us transition and give some space in our body to move. So straighten out one leg and bring your other knee into your chest. And just do a little bit of movement forward and back with the use of your arms. And circle around and around. Send your leg to the ceiling. Hold on to the back of the hamstring and circle your ankle. And then bring your knee into your chest and straighten your leg. Do this a couple more times, all the while noticing your breath. If your breath is smooth and regular, or are you straining in your breath? If you're straining, reduce the movement. Maybe even back off a little bit. And lower your legs straight down to the floor. Full body stretch. Maybe bringing your arms up next to your ears, maybe pointing the feet. And bring your other knee into your chest, either holding on to your shin or the back of your leg. A little bit of forward and back movement. And then circle your leg. Other way. And straighten your leg. Circle your ankle. And circle other way. And knee to chest. And straighten. Bring it in. And straighten. Great. And this time, bring both legs into your chest, maybe even grabbing the back of your legs or the front of your legs, your shins. And then placing feet down to the floor, arms to your sides. Dynamic bridge pose. So press down into your feet. Bring your arms up overhead, lift your hips, and exhale, lower your arms, lower your hips. Moving with the breath, inhaling and exhaling to lower down. Let's do that a couple more times. So start to feel the back of your body kind of engaging, kind of firing up, a little bit of light up there in the back of the body as you lift your hips. Let's do two more. As you lower down, kind of feel that release, almost an opposite then of that lighting up. Good. And that's the last one. And straighten out one leg. So maybe the leg that's closest to the screen towards me. And then roll onto that side. You can rest onto your head, or I'm sorry, onto your arm or a pillow, onto your back with a foot on the floor. And then take your knee out to the side and back to center. Same knee out to the side, back to center, out to the side, and back to center. One more. Good. All right. And then bring both knees into your chest. And we'll roll to the other side. Same thing. So grab that top ankle and send your knee away. So you're sending your knee now kind of towards me or towards the screen. And come onto your back. Place that foot on the floor. Straighten the bottom leg. And then take your knee out to the side and to center. All right, stretch it out. Full body stretch. And then bring your arms down to your sides for a reverse plank. So we're going to really fire up the back line of the body. Press the palms down, press your heels down, engage your glutes, and that might be adequate. The next thing is to push down a little more and maybe even lift your hips an inch or two. Maybe not even that much, and then lower down. So let's feel the contrast. Completely release the muscle tension as much as you can. And then we'll do it again. So engage all the muscles in the back and press your hips up. And then release, lower down. Feel that contrast. One more time. Engage. Again, you might not even lift your hips. Just engaging the glutes might be enough. And then lower down. Good. All right, bring those knees into the chest again. And then either roll to your side or bring yourself up to sitting. Crossing at the ankles, hands on the shins for a seated cat-cow. Inhaling, arching, draw those elbows back. Exhale to round. Start to really activate your core as you kind of round. Inhale to stretch your front now. Exhale, use your exhale to bring your core, activate the core muscles, almost like you're doing a sit-up. Inhale, arch, exhale, like a little crunch. 2 more. Now, as you do that little crunch, start to lean back for boat pose. So you're in that little crunch position. You're going to lift your legs, hand next to the shins or down to the floor. Cross your ankles again, maybe the other ankle in front. Let's do this again. So engage the back of your body, and then on your exhale, like you're doing that crunch, press your back away. Good. Inhale, stretch your front. Use your exhale, activate those abdominals like you're doing a sit-up. You can even reach your arms forward. Inhale, draw through. Use your exhale first before you move. Even exhale out through the mouth. Feel your core engage. And we'll do one more move into the boat on the next one. Inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. And shins lift. That's it. Maybe your legs go straight if you want for boat. For 3 more. Draw that navel in. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Cross at your ankles and coming into tabletop position. So we'll do something similar as that cat-cow, but this time we're going to lift the knees away from the floor. So fingers are out wide. On your inhale, kind of arch your back, look up towards the ceiling. Your toes are tucked, heels are lifted. On your exhale, lift your navel up and then hover your knees away from the ground an inch or 2 or 3. Really push down into the hands. And then inhale, lower your knees down, arch your back, look towards the ceiling or to the wall. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Draw the navel up and in, hover those knees. Keep going. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Keep the exhale going now and lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. The leg that's closest to the screen or towards me, bring that leg up into the air for a 3-legged dog. Look forward to your hands where you're going to place your foot and exhale, step that foot forward into a lunge. Your shin vertical, gaze forward. Plant your hands down and step back, downward dog. Take your other leg up. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Look to your hands where you're going to place that foot Exhale and lunge. This time we're going to step forward into a forward fold. Bring your feet under your hips and maybe grab opposite elbows. Let's lift up halfway, hands on the shins for a flat back, long spine. Exhale and fold. With your next inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up and exhale, hands to heart. Clasp your hands, press your palms to the ceiling, lift up on the toes, inhale, and exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, press up to the ceiling, come up onto your toes. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. This time, arms come down to your side. Facing the long edge of your mat, taking your legs out nice and wide. Hands come in front of the chest. Turning the feet towards the long edge. And the outside edge of your feet are parallel to the short edges of your mat. Go out nice and wide as feels stable to you. Inhale, open up your arms. On your exhale, turn your toes out facing this big window here. We'll come into warrior 2. So reach out through those arms, and on your exhale, come down into warrior 2. Good. We're going to hold for a bit of time here today. So the challenge today is in the holds. So we're going to hold for 4 more breaths. So maybe look past your fingertips. Keep pressing down into those feet. Start to feel maybe even a slight quivering in the legs for 3 more breaths. Try to get those shoulders down, slightly away from the ears. Last breath. Now let's straighten up and turn to the other side. Release those arms for a moment. Just grab opposite shoulders. Your toes turned out towards the plants. Inhaling, opening up your arms. And then exhale, bend, coming down nice and easy. Good. 5 deep breaths here. Look past your fingertips or just even at the nail. And just steady your gaze, steady your attention, steady your awareness. If you want to challenge a little bit more, maybe come a little bit deeper. Keeping your breath smooth, serene, easy. One more breath. Good. And rise. Bring both arms up overhead. Turn your feet forward. Maybe hook the thumbs and keep the rest of the fingers up. Kind of almost a star-like variation. And then we'll come into star. So open up those arms out wide, 5-pointed star. Extend out through the fingers. Bring your hands even slightly back behind you. Opening up your shoulders. And then bring the arms across your chest. Grab opposite shoulders or elbows. Bend your knees and come forward into a fold. As you come forward, straighten out those legs. And release your hands down. Bend your knees, hands onto your legs, and come on up. All right, we're going to take that warrior 2 pose again, and then we'll add triangle pose, and then a balance pose. All right, let's do it. Inhale, arms out, turning your toes out to this big window here, and exhale, come down. Good. Get steady. Keep noticing your feet. Reach out to the fingers, noticing your nail beds. Soft, serene breath. Core is active. 2 more breaths. Smooth and serene, adjusting your posture as you need. Great. Let's press into that front foot now. Straighten out the leg. Engage the muscles of the legs. Get really tall. And exhale, reach towards the foot again and bring your hand to your shin, your thigh, ankle, or even to the floor. Reach up to that ceiling without and extend out to the fingers. Yep, good. Maybe even bringing your arms slightly behind you. Good. We're going to move through our side angle pose now. So bend your front leg, bring your top arm next to your ear, bending that knee. That's it. And we'll hold this for 5 breaths. Good. Push, reach up, rise, and release. Hug yourself again here. Bend your knees, feet forward, and fold. Straighten out the legs as you need. Engage the legs. Press your elbows in towards your chest. And then hands down. We'll bring it all the way up. And we'll do the second side. Open it up. Inhale. Turn your toes out. Exhale. Warrior 2. So now you're feeling warm, maybe more stable through your body. See if there's any physical adjustments you can make to make this a little bit more easy. So we certainly are looking for a challenge, but the more we do this, the more we find that balance between effort and ease. 2 more breaths. Both feet pressing down. Good. Straighten out the leg. Engage the muscles of the legs. Get really tall. Triangle. Reach, 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 reach. Get really long. And then hand to the shin, the floor, the thigh, or the ankle. Top arm reaches up. You're really long on the underside, whether you're more upright or whether you're down closer to the ground. 2 more breaths. Good. Bending that knee, arm coming up next to the ear. For 5 breaths, your elbow might be to the inside of your knee, or you might be even onto your thigh. Last 2 breaths. Push, reach up, and rise. That's it. Turn your feet forward. Grab your opposite shoulders, bend your knees, and come forward. Straightening out those legs if you like. All right, bending your knees, hands onto your thighs, and come up to stand. Whew. Let's take it in, walk it out. Great. All right, our balance pose today is tree pose. So if you want to be near a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture, go ahead and do that. And once you find that position, let's just rock forward and back on the toes, just so we feel a little bit of connection to our feet and kind of get those legs kind of, if you felt any shaking in the legs from the postures we just did, you're not alone. All right, so find stability and then pressing down into one foot, turn your other knee out. Foot can be a little kickstand. You can have your foot at your calf or above the knee for a tree. And maybe bringing the hands in front of the heart, pressing those palms together at the same time you're pressing your legs together. And we'll try to hold this for a full minute. Easy breath. Get stable. Well, Stability is maybe it's kind of an elusive concept, especially when we are 1 foot. We're not used to standing on 1 foot on a moving planet. So let's take a little bit longer here if you like. Come down anytime you like. A minute is a long hold. 15 more seconds. Excellent. All right, lower down. If you held the whole minute, good job. If you wavered and had to come down, you just picked yourself back up and got back right on the one leg, right? All right. So just adapt in this position any way that you need for your body. But know that practice does help build strength, but also time of day, whatever you've been doing beforehand can also bring some fatigue into the legs. So just meet yourself wherever you're at here. All right, so here's our 1 minute. We've already been into it 15 seconds. So let's do it. Adjusting the foot anywhere you want. 30 more seconds. Steady, but with some wobbling. That's to be expected. Try to make your breath smooth, your shoulders relaxed. You did great. Release down. Was it easier on the second side? I'd be curious to know. Usually it is a little easier for me on the second side. All right, let's come to the front edge of our mat. Feet about hip distance apart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhaling, forward fold, touching down, maybe to the ankles, the feet, or the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, and forward fold. I'm going to come into plank series now. So hands down to the ground and step or hop both legs back into plank. Your knees can be down here if you like. Let's hold our plank. I'm not going to have you hold it for 1 minute, but we're going to hold it for 5 breaths. So 3 more breaths. One more. Good. Now option lower one knee down, so the knee that's furthest away from the screen, and then turn to face the screen. So side plank variation. Another variation is to straighten that bottom leg and keep your shoulder behind the wrist. Press into the fingers, press into the bottoms of the feet for 5 more breaths. Let's do our side plank, other side. So slowly transition. Shift your weight, other side, 5 breaths. Keep pushing down into your feet and to your hands. 4 more. Good. And let's come to a forearm plank now. So your forearms come down, clasp your hands. Option to have your knees down. Let's hold for 5 breaths. One more breath. Good. Knees down. Come into Sphinx pose with the forearms parallel. Lower down. Bring your hands behind your shoulders and come into cobra with the hips staying down. Next option would be to lift all the way up onto the tops of the feet with the knees lifted, hips lifted for an upward dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. We're going to do pigeon today. So those of you that favor pigeon, go for it. I'll show you a variation. So one knee forward, coming to the wrist, and your back leg is either straight. You could also drop to the hip and bend your knees like so. And you could come down like so, or you can straighten that leg back like so. If you have any discomfort on that knee, then either there's a couple of variations. You can bring your foot in, or you can take your knee out even wider. You could also elevate your hips on a blanket or a pillow. So we'll get a minute here. A minute in pigeon doesn't feel the same as a minute in warrior or tree. In fact, a minute in pigeon hardly seems like anything at all. So just savor what you've got here for about 30 more seconds. All right, plant those hands down and lift your hips up. Downward dog. Other leg, bring that knee forward. And, depending on what history lies in your body, surgeries, injuries, the side might not be quite the same. So adjust your body as needed so that the pose is the best suited for you. 1 minute. Just taking some nice, long, deep breaths here. And with your next breath, press back up into downward dog. We'll come down into child's pose now, knees wide, toes towards one another. Thread one arm under the other and drop those hips back towards the heels, maybe resting your head on your bottom hand or on the floor or even on a pillow. And we'll take another 5 deep breaths here. Inhaling, broadening, expanding your back, exhaling, settling into the hips. Just a few more like that. And let's twist to the other side. So arm under. Maybe your shoulder drops to the floor. Maybe it doesn't. Just try to rest your head though. onto your hand or something else. 4 more breaths here. Allowing every breath to just be an opportunity to dissolve or unravel any physical tension that might be present. And release. Coming into child's pose. Arms forward or alongside of your knees. You can also bring your hands behind your head. And let's hold here for 4 more breaths. Just dissolving, unraveling as we start to really wind down and move in towards our meditation next. So just preparing our body and mind for stillness, preparing our body and mind for quiet. And press up and come onto your back or any other position as we move now into our final meditation. If you want to lie down on your back, you could also be on your side. It's a nice place to be, or on your back. Could also be sitting. I'll just demonstrate a position that you can lie in. That's maybe just an invitation for comfort. Otherwise, I personally will be sitting. So if you feel like that sitting position is best suited for you, then go ahead and take that. So wherever you find yourself, if there's any last minute movements or any thing that your body is calling for um, that will allow you to find stillness and comfort, anything. And if you check in with your body temperature, if you're warm, allowing yourself to your body to breathe. If you're cool, maybe placing an extra layer on, giving yourself a little bit of, just so that you're comfortable in body temperature, your physical comfort, so the surface beneath you. It's providing support, but it's also providing some forgiveness so that you can personally release into that surface. So start to notice the breath as it's coming in through maybe your nose or your mouth. If it's possible to close the lips and allow the breath to flow in smoothly through the nose, you can take a deep breath in through the nose and feeling the width of your ribs, the sides, the front, and the back. And on your exhale, feeling that kind of narrowing. Your inhale allows the fullness of all dimensions of your breath. So we feel how wide, how deep the breath moves. Continue to feel the expansion from your breath to the sides, to the front, and to the back of your body. Feeling all dimensions of your breath. As your breath moves in, it's expanding from the inside to the outside. And then from the outside to the inside. As your breath comes in, though, it feels now this time maybe drawing in from the outside to the inside. And notice which one might feel a little easier for you. And continue to feel the expansion of your breath, the sides, the front, the back, above and below. The fullness of not only the in breath, but the fullness of your out breath. Stay for a few more moments in silence while you just continue to sense the movement and the flow of life, of your body, of yourself being breathed. That ebb and flow of breath. The continuous rise and fall. The seamlessness from one to the other. There's no separation. They are connected. There is not one without the other. And begin now to welcome in the sound of my voice. Sense the surface beneath you. Start to bring a natural breath into your body, just whatever feels natural without having to control it, manage it, and just let it be natural. Start to circle your ankles, wrists, expand fingers, toes, allowing movement to come into your body and roll to your side. Pausing for just a moment. If you are lying and would like to come up to sitting and join me in our final closure. Otherwise, wherever you are, however you are, we will close. Of course, you can stay right where you are. If you're watching the recording, you can just pause, turn it off, and stay as long as you like. And we'll close then by bringing the hands onto the heart, taking a moment of sensing how this technology of yoga can really help this machine, our body's machine, to optimize, to be more optimized, function optimally, and Just return to this place time and time again so we can find balance and harmony in our body, in our mind, in our breath. Until next time, be well, be very well, and thank you for your service. Release the hands, lift the gaze. It's been an honor to lead your practice today. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat. If you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to share, please type in the chat. Otherwise, you can reach us online, visit our website, give us a call, reach us on social media. Anything you'd like to, any other way you'd like to connect with us, please do so. You can also see us in person at any of the Front Range locations, classes that we have in the state of Colorado. And I look forward to seeing you all in the future. If you have the means to donate, there's a link below. You can do so. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for reminders. Again, it's been an honor. My name is Tonya. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'll stay on for another minute or so. And until I see you next time, I'm here at the same time every week, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Saturdays. But you can also catch me 24 hours a day, wherever you are in the world, on the uploaded recording. All right. Take good care. Until next time.